I really want to drill into this story to talk about how we can build in 2025. How do you build? How do you build? Whether you want to build a career, you want to build a family, you want to build a business, you want to build a brand, or you want to just even build yourself. How do you build? Hey, hi everyone. My name is Ayodumomi Adekomi. Welcome to Mindshift, where we tell life-changing stories. Okay, so something happened to Mr. A sometimes back. So Mr. A had a relative, let's call the relative Uncle B, came to stay with him. So Uncle B saw the amount that Mr. A was spending on electricity. And he was like, Uncle, why are you spending this amount on electricity? Let's do something about it. And I was like, what are you going to do about it? Please just leave my house the way it is. It's fine. I'm cool with it. But Uncle B insisted that, don't worry, I got you. I'll just, take care of this. And they just went their separate ways, and that was all. I can't remember the exact number of months, but I think about 6 to 1 year down the lane, 6 months thereabout down the lane, NEPA officials in Nigeria, those in charge of electricity distribution, used to be called NEPA, Their names have changed now, but let's just use NEPA. So the officials came and they told Mr. A that he had bypassed the electrical connection. And Mr. A was wondering what they were talking about. Like, how on earth did that happen? But Mr. A recalled the conversation he had had with Brother B before, and immediately put a call to Brother B that, did you do anything about this light we talked about some months back? And he was like, yes. It was just trying to help. It was just trying to cut costs. It was just trying to, reduce the bill. And that was how Mr. A landed in trouble with the officials. He was billed heavily to the point that they couldn't even afford to pay at once. He had to pay, I think, over 1 year. So they had like a very funny arrangement such that whatever he recharges, half goes to servicing the debts and the other half goes to provide lights for the household. I really want to drill into this story to talk about how we can build in 2025. How do you build? How do you build? Whether you want to build a career, you want to build a family, you want to build a business, you want to build a brand, or you want to just even build yourself. How do you build? And the first thing I want to say is you cannot build a permanent structure on a temporary foundation. Let me say that again. You can't build a permanent structure on a temporary foundation. If you're going to build something that will last, if you're going to build something that will stand the test of time, it is important that you use time-tested materials, virtues that can stand. So I saw this quote somewhere. I can't. If I find the name, I'll just put it. It says that the truth is not afraid of being challenged. It is lies that is scared of being confronted. So if you're going to build on honesty, build on integrity, build on time-tested values, build on truth, build on honesty, build on virtues that can stand the test of time, not the ones that will easily crumble when it's been challenged. So use time-tested material to build. Whether you're entering into a relationship, whatever it is, use time-tested material to build. Secondly, I need you to know that actions have consequences. Actions are like the blocks that eventually bring out the structure of the desired, that brings up the framework of the structure that we desire. So whatever action that it is that you're taking, they will eventually form your life. While you can't do much about the consequences of that action, the action is solely your responsibility. You may not be able to change consequences. In fact, the easiest way to change consequences is to adjust your action. And consequence is not a bad word. It can either be positive or negative. So if the consequence you want to see is the positive ones, check your action. And if the consequence you want to see I really believe that nobody wants negative consequences, so check your actions. What kind of action are you taking? I'm sure that in the heart of Uncle B, he did not wake up, he did not intend to put Mr. A into trouble, but he took an action that was contrary to the result that Uncle A would have desired. So while while he escaped the action, he couldn't escape consequence. So, what action are you going to take as you build your life, build your family, whatever it is you want to build? It is important that you take the right action that will produce the right results. And third, no matter how, your people will say that there is no way you walk that your head will not shake. No matter how perfect you are at walking, your head will still move. And that is to say that sometimes we'll make mistakes, we'll blow up, we'll screw up, we'll do some very funny things that maybe we're not proud of. And that brings me to my third point. God also uses pain as a corrective measure to help us to build. So when as a student you refuse to read and you fail your exam, you face the pain of shame, probably face the pain of an extra year or whatever, or writing the exams again, whatever it is. While you're going through that pain, while you're going through that shame, while Mr. A was going through repaying the debt, that pain is also God's mechanism. Is also something God has put in place to help us become better. Because while we're going through the pain, when we process the pain, one thing the pain helps us to do is to make a resolve never to go back to do those bad stuff again.